I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Oh.
Ready? Play, bitch. Oh.
You didn't do it?
No, it's not doing it. Hold on.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
They have all these sound effects in here, and I'm trying to use one. No, I know. I heard the preview. Oh. Hey, well, thanks. You're too kind. You're too kind. Yes, we're super happy to be here. Oh, my God. You know what I did put in here, though, by the way?
That's if we have technical difficulties.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I made sure to get a little sound in there myself. So
I was going to say, we need a soundboard for the show.
We do. I mean, it has one. I can upload any sort of sounds I want. I just haven't yet. So I feel like I'm not taking full advantage of the Riverside, which is what we used to record, Riverside FM platform. Anyway, how's it going, bud?
Oh, wait, we're recording?
Yeah, we're going.
All right. Hey, guys. I'm good.
Yeah, good. All right, that's good, man. Looks like we are uploading just fine. We're both at 99%. I got the Ginger Dead Man.
Mine's at 34%.
Oh, well, mine's yours says 99 for me.
Yeah, it does. Oh, wait, whoa.
And so I have the Ginger Dead Man.
Did you see that? It went from 70 to 99.
No, I didn't.
We're good.
And we have Long Dong Silver joining us today.
Arr! Penis, arr!
Penis, R, he says. Anyway, look, oh man, dude, we got some customers. Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome back to the VHS Doom. God, son of a every fucking week, bro.
This one's a seltzer, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, Liquid Death, Convicted
I
Melon.
love every week. If you guys haven't listened to our shows, you should go back and listen to the old ones.
Do you want me to sound like I needed water like halfway through the show?
No. Every single week, right as I start welcoming people in, Mikey cracks open a soda or an energy drink. So he, it's like tradition here. You should always do that right when I start talking. We'll keep it like that for sure.
I'd rather that than sounding like I need like a drink the whole episode,
Yeah. Dry mouth.
That shit drives me insane.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, welcome in, customers. Thanks for joining us here at the VHS Doom rental store and podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Crutcher, here with my co-host, who you can't see.
His name is also Mikey, and he's banned for 10 hours on Twitter on my new account.
Let's talk about your Twitter for a second.
Okay.
So, Mikey X Mutant.
No, it's changed now.
I know.
That's the old account.
I'm telling the story.
Gotcha.
So, Mikey X Mutant used to be banned, for 7 days at a time, all the time, until finally he was permanently put in Twitter prison for life.
Elon's gulag.
Yeah, lo and behold, Mikey Mutant X appeared on the scene, and within, 3 days, he's banned for 10 hours. So, once you get released, you just go back to your old habits. I don't know. Haha. Can you hear me? Did I lose you? It says that you're 99% uploaded.
I realized I muted it for a second because I was drinking and I started coughing. So
Jesus. Okay. He can't handle his liquids. That's okay. So back to being banned already on this new account, right?
Not really. A couple hours would be gone.
And then the next time it's 7 days?
No, it's probably going to be like 6. They usually do like 6, and then it's like you're permanently banned after like, I don't know. We had, remember that like account that was like following us?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, yeah, he hasn't been banned off of here. He's constantly like cyberbullying everybody else, but he still has an account. And
Interesting.
when everyone reported him, everything was like violation found.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So yeah, as long as you don't put your political ties on Twitter, you're good.
You know what I was going to tell you? What you should do from now on is rather than type your own thoughts out, just only repost like what other people say, no matter how crazy it is. You know what I mean? Whatever your thoughts are, if they agree, just repost and be like, well, they said it. I didn't say it. I don't know. I don't know, dude. That's wild, though. But yeah, so anyway, if the point being to this is if you haven't yet, go give Mikey a follow on his new Twitter account, Mikey Mutant X. He posts a lot of good stuff from there. And also, you know, he goes hard on all sorts of people
Weird
who
Nazis.
are not nice. And yeah, Nazis, you know, all kinds of stuff I'm not going to bring up. But anyway.
People we don't want attacking us.
Right, sure. Well, I don't really care.
That's why I'm not allowed to be on our VHS Doom account doing it.
No, that's against the rules. I told Mikey if he gets the VHS Doom account banned, then I have to take over, and I'm not nearly as fun. So anyway, cool. Well, how was your week, bud? What's new?
It was good. So I went to the archive with Katie on Saturday. Sammy went to his mother-in-law, my mother-in-law's for the day.
Okay.
So I got so we went there. We also went out to lunch to this nice deli.
Nice.
And I got Blue Velvet by David Lynch.
Okay.
Classic. The Dead Pit. It's like a fun zombie movie from the 80s. Very underrated, I guess, to say.
Yeah.
I got this movie Primal Rage, and I'd never seen it before, and I only got it because it says Carlo Rambaldi did the effects, and I thought that was really
okay.
cool.
Cool.
So I think it's a Killer Monkey movie from Italy, so it's gonna be weird.
Okay. Nice.
I got this Policio Tecci film, that crime thriller, High Crime with Franco Nero.
Okay.
I've been looking for this one for a long, long time. It's by director Enzo G. Castorelli. He wrote a lot of scripts for giallo movies.
Nice. Okay.
And then last one was the George Romero related movie Effects. It's a slasher movie. All pretty much his crew from his other movies made this movie.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's what I got there.
Awesome, man.
Well, also, the day before that, I got 2 NECA figures from, what's it called, from Target.
Oh, right. What'd you get?
It was a 2-pack of Blade and Torch from Puppet Master, the white guy with the white face and with the torch hand who looks like a Nazi. And then, what's his name? Kurt Russell's character, oh my god. What's his name in the thing?
I just texted
McCready.
you the other day. McCready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, McCready. Quote-unquote ultimate McCready figure.
Nice. Okay. Didn't it, it came with like a little fake JMB bottle, right?
Yes, it says KMB on it.
Ah, that's nice. That's awesome. Very cool. Cool, man. Nice.
Yeah, so what'd you do?
Dude, I've had a busy few days. So Carla and I, one good thing is we went out of town on like a really close, I'm not going to call it a vacation. We went for one night. So, you know, they have these like, have you ever seen those things where you put your like phone number in a fishbowl at a pizza place and you could win like free pizza?
Yeah.
Okay, so Carla did that, and she got us $200 worth of free pizza, which is awesome.
That's fucking epic.
But in order to get the $200 of free pizza, we had to go stay for one night at this like timeshare resort.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Kinda, it was because it the place looked like it was from like out of 1985. You know, and all the rooms had like no smoking signs on them, but it smelled.
You
like
literally went to the house on Haunted
there were
Hill.
just cigarettes everywhere. Yeah, but anyway, so they
stay in the house for 24 hours.
right for $200 of free pizza. I'd do whatever, man. That's fine. So anyway, they tried to sell us a timeshare. We said no, but you know we got away for a night. But I ended up like more tired than if I would have just stayed at home. But it was fun. You know, can't complain about that. You know, but I did have time to watch one extra movie this week. So I'll talk about mine first this week.
I'm excited to hear about it because it's one of my favorites. Well,
Yeah.
I already know what you watched, but
Yeah, I got excited, so I let Mikey know about it. So this week, the extra movie that I got to watch was 1981's Bloody Birthday, directed by Ed Hunt. Really, really fun.
Sorry.
What?
No, his name. It was funny.
Ed Hunt? Mike Hunt? E.D. Hunt? That's what I'm going to call him.
Hunt.
It's by E.D. Hunt. Oh, wait, Ed Hunt. Yeah. So it stars Lori Lethin, Casey Martell, Elizabeth Hoy, Billy Jane, Andy Freeman, Bert Kramer, and Belinda Cordell. Essentially, it follows a group of kids around their 10th birthday who are evil. They are terrifyingly evil little children.
Especially the kid with the glasses.
The kid with the glasses seems to be pretty much the ringleader, but the little girl is just as terrifying because she gets away with everything because people kind of like treat her differently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the little blonde kid looked creepier than I don't know. There's something about like little white blonde-headed children that I'm like.
Yeah, they're starting to get offended.
I mean, hey, my daughter's a little like super white blonde-headed kid. Dude, we were at the park not that long ago, maybe like 2 months ago, and we got Ari this like sunscreen. It's like baby sunscreen, so it doesn't rub in. It just turns you more white. And,
oh my god.
She's already like pale. And super blonde, like light blonde hair. And so she's got this sunscreen on her face, so she looks like a little sugar skull almost. And like this Hispanic family comes walking by us, and the mom looks over and just goes when she sees Ari's face. It was hilarious. So anyway, whatever. Little white, blonde-headed, like crazy-looking children are scary, even if I have one. Whatever. So anyway, the kids are terrifying. Let's just say they do all kinds of messed up stuff, and even
they kill her dad. It really
go to the extent of killing the little girl's father. That was fucked up.
He was a sheriff, right?
He was the sheriff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was for those of you who I feel like horror, slasher, 80s horror has like pillars, right? So you have the pillar of gruesome murder and effects, like practical effects, right? And then you have the pillar of teenage love kind of thing, right? And then you have the pillar of gratuitous nudity. That just is a pillar of these 80s horror films. So in this film, the little sister lets her friends pay her $0.25 to watch her sister dance naked through a peephole.
I believe
it's
sex comedies from that time period.
Dude, yeah, I believe. I mean, that makes sense that it kind of translated over, but yeah. So there's probably I don't know. That scene's it went on way too long. You know, it was probably 2 minutes long or something like that, where the girl's just dancing and they're watching her through a peephole. But
I love the poster for the movie.
Yeah, the poster is really cool. I do like the little hand coming out of the cake, so that's neat.
Yeah, I have the Severin Blu-ray for it, so it's one of my favorites. Originally, I didn't like it. I don't know why. And then I watched it maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I really like it now.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. So, and then you know what? I started a second movie. I'm not going to talk about in detail this week because I didn't get a chance to finish it. I was really trying to come in with two. But I was even trying to watch it a little bit this morning while I was getting ready for work and whatever. But Fatal Games, 1984's Fatal Games.
I love that movie. Yes, yeah. It needs a Blu-ray. It needs a Blu-ray.
You know,
I have a bootleg for it.
The one note I have on that movie, and I'll talk more about it next week, but the version on Tubi, which is where I was watching it, is not restored at all.
I don't think it has been.
No, so the kills and the effects, we've talked about in several past episodes, where the lighting of restorations really kind of shines a light on some issues they had with practical effects that doesn't exist in this movie, because it's not. You're watching it like they would have watched it in the theaters in 1984. So pretty cool.
You know what I like about that one? It has the same plot as Graduation Day, pretty much. Same kind of killer.
Yeah. And you talked about Graduation Day, didn't you, on one of these?
Yeah, it's one of my other favorite slashers.
Yeah.
It was a lot of the. Sorry, I'm stuttering.
You're fine.
The POV thing reminded me a lot of a giallo, more than like a slasher movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that first girl who gets like impaled with the javelin when it like slings her
Oh
up
wait, no, I was
against
talking
the
about
wall.
Graduation Day. You're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Fatal Games.
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, because you said you told me I brought up Graduation Day. That's why I said that.
Oh, right. You did. Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, no, I love that kill too. In
Yeah.
Fatal Games, yeah.
But anyway, I'll talk about that more next week. I'll add that to my list next week. But so what'd you watch this week, bud?
So I watched two movies. Well, three if you count Blue Velvet, but I fell asleep while I was watching it because I was really tired. So I watched last night two movies: Crimes of the Black Cat. It's a giallo from 1972. It's by Sergio Pastor. Stars Anthony Stephan, Sylvia Cucina, and Giovanna Lenzi.
Okay.
A blind pianist tries to figure out who is responsible for a string of murders using a black cat with its claws dipped in Curar. Curar? How do you pronounce that?
Curar? Curar? I don't know. What is
I'm just
that?
reading. I'm reading off the IMDb.
So, it's a poison.
Oh. Okay.
So that is a poison. It's a very highly toxic
Yeah,
substance.
it reminded me of Black Belly of the Tarantula when they were using tarantula venom.
Okay, looks like it's used in South America to poison hunting arrows.
Never heard of it before. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
me either. Cool. Okay,
Yeah, so it's really trippy. I really liked it a lot.
nice.
Some good solid kills in that one.
Okay, cool.
Then I watched Umberto Lenzi's. This is the third movie he did with Carol Baker and a string of gialli he did with her.
Okay.
This is called A Quiet Place to Kill. It's from 1970. It was also titled Paranoia. He has another movie called Paranoia also, with the same star too.
Oh, okay.
So this one, a troubled race car driver plots to kill her ex-husband at the behest of his new wife, but their scheme goes awry. And the main actor in this, Gene Sorrell, has been in a couple of other gialli I really like.
Okay, nice.
So I have the notes for that one too if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, it's loading slowly.
That's all right. Boom, cha, a boom, cha, a boom, boom, boom. How about Roseanne Barr?
I don't understand that, dude. I really don't understand that at all.
Oh, her? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He was in my favorite gialli, Short Night of the Glass Dolls, and a couple of others. He's a really good actor.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the two I watched. I really liked them. One's more of a thriller and less of like a black glove killer.
Okay.
Crimes of the Black Cat is a black glove killer kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Nice. Awesome, man. Well, those are what we watched. And welcome to the show. So, as you guys know, you better always, 100% of the time, return your VHSs completely rewound and never, ever, ever in a pile of spit inside of the cases. Mikey, how do those look this week?
They're doing it on the outside of the cases now.
So
it's happening on both sides, so it's just like, it's not even paper anymore.
What?
It's like paper, it's fitting around the VHS like paper mache.
Is it like like they made a case out of their own dried spit and like cute paper?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's new. I don't know how to add that to the rules board.
Like this VHS of Tim Burton's Batman, it's just like, it's not a VHS anymore.
Batman? Did you guys steal movies on the way out? You didn't even rent Batman last week.
It hasn't been rented out in like 2 months.
It's just covered in. Is it?
I'm
like,
telling you, Scabby Man's giving these movies to people.
Are they covered? Is it like scab cases?
Yeah, it's like that stuff that they use for like wounds. But it's like even more disturbing for it. It's like these like weird scab tabs.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know how to say this enough, but stop with the bodily fluids on the VHSs. Like, this is a really good deal at this store. $3 a month gets you like 5 free rentals a week. Like, I don't know how to beat that. But if you keep spitting on shit and I keep having to replace the VHSs, then it's going to cost a lot more. Do you understand?
Dylan's not just an associate. He's a merchandiser.
Dude, we both have to deal with this, Mikey. I mean, you usually just leave me to do it by myself. Mikey's just like, oh, yeah, I got another podcast I work at, too. Bye. Fuck you, you know. Whatever. Anyway, so last week, we sent you guys home with number 1, Deep Red, which was our feature last week. We hope you enjoyed it. We sent you home with 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye from 1973. Do you need time to light that? Should I wait?
I'm just messing around with the lighter, sorry.
Okay. All right. What do you have a lighter for?
I'm in just a room that has a lighter in it.
Why is there a lighter in that room?
I don't know.
Okay. We sent you home with Return of the Living Dead from 1985. We sent you home with Perversion Story, or one on top of the other. And lastly, for the kids, we sent you home with Rocket Man from 1997, not to be confused with Rocket Man from 2020, whatever. So, anyway.
And not the Elton John CD like somebody's been putting in our box.
Right. Please stop. Please stop.
It's a good song, but stop it.
Please stop giving us CDs of Elton John. And I think I saw Billy Joel, too. I don't even know where that came from. So please calm down.
I can't stand that guy.
Please. Billy Joel, man.
That's another one I can't stand.
Yeah, you hate Billy Joel for real? Because Carla loves Billy Joel.
I'm sorry, Carla.
She has Billy Joel's greatest hits, like 4 record album that we play on vinyl. And
I will say I do like Bruce Springsteen.
Okay, well, so what we do, and maybe this will make you like Billy Joel more, is we make sloppy joels. So we'll do a dinner night where we make sloppy joes, but we always have a bottle of red and a bottle of white, and we call them sloppy joels. So anyway, fun stuff.
Making some human stew.
What?
Human stew.
Long pig?
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling them sloppy long pigs. Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what? Before we get going, well, first of all, thank you guys for rewinding everything, even though you left it in just a state of disarray.
Of like infection and weird moss.
Yeah, I think Mikey's starting to turn like purple and green. I don't know. It's weird.
No, I had a grimace shake.
Oh, you had a grimace shake? Oh, fuck. I think he just died. Okay, well, I can't see you on camera, so I won't know if you actually died. Are you good?
I'm here.
You good? Okay, cool.
I exploded for a second like purple goo.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, cool. Anyway, since he's okay, what was I fucking saying? I don't know. I always get distracted by the shit you say. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed everything last week. So Mikey and I were reviewing our stats from our Spotify and found out that we have listeners from all over the place, which is really cool. So if you're from Canada, Troy, thanks for listening. Stop setting fires. If you're from the U.S., thanks for listening. If you are from Spain or Japan or I can't remember the others, sorry. But no one from Italy, so I don't feel bad about always fucking up the names from Italy. I might next time though. But yeah, so thanks for listening in.
I'm
also
doing weird Italian imitations.
yeah. And I think almost half of our listeners were either female or non-binary, so not just a bunch of like, high dudes. So cool, Thanks for listening in. Happy about that. All right. So this week, yes. What?
Okay, I was just adjusting my mic. I wanted to see if you hear me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, cool. I hear you. All right. So don't adjust it anymore. Leave it where it is. I see you. I can actually see you. Okay, let's go. So this week, we are going to be talking about Lucio Fulci's New York Ripper. The New York Ripper. Or Los Lo Squartatore de New York, I think. Squartatore? Squartatore?
Yeah, I think it's that, but it doesn't sound
Los,
like that.
Lo Squartatore de New York. No? Is that fucked
I think
up?
they just say New York.
Oh, not New Yorka? Okay, gotcha.
No, not New York.
Okay, yeah. So La Squartatore de New York, I think, maybe. So we're really excited that you guys came back for this today. So that is our feature. Mikey, before we get going, bud, what do you have to say about the old New York Ripper?
It is a weird, sleazy, gory, nightmarish dreams kind of thing.
It's what I'm gonna say. It's pretty much just porn. So there's that. You know. No, it's not. It's highly erotic though, and we will talk about that later on. The first time that Mikey showed this movie to myself and my wife, who was there with
and
our
Ramit,
friend
Ramit was there
Ramit,
too.
and what made it worse, Mike, was that John was there with us. So
Wait,
Carla,
it was?
yeah, John was in that room too. So Carla was like, "Oh my god," yeah. And in the first, I don't know, 20 minutes of the movie, both Romit and Carla were like, Mikey, this is just porn, bro. What are you playing?
Like one of the goriest sequences right after it happens.
Oh my god, for real.
This is like one of his most deranged movies, for a giallo.
It definitely is deranged. I'll say that. So anyway, yeah, we're glad you guys came back for this. You're in for a doozy today. Before I have you step up here, I just do want to take a second to preface that once again, if you didn't listen to our Deep Red episode or anything else where I've talked about anything Italian, my Italian pronunciation is garbage. And the only way that I can get in the zone to start talking about Italian names and try to make them sound okay is by usually starting with like "it's a me" or having like a really intense like Mario type voice. So I'm not racist. I don't hate Italians, but I just can't speak your language. I do my best. So don't hate me, and I love you all. All right, so everybody, step up close. Come up close to the counter. Come on. We need to press play on Lucio Fulci's most depraved movie. Maybe.
I wouldn't say that. He has other ones that are pretty...
Not, but probably up there tied for most depraved. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. Hit play. God damn it. Okay, cool. All right, before we get started, buddy, what am I missing? Am I missing anything?
Check notes. Or chat.
Check the chat. All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, that's what I was gonna say actually. So Mike said in the chat, "Baba bada poopy."
Baba da boopy.
Baba da boopy. A beep baba da boo. It's a me, a Mario, Lucio Fulci. Please don't hate me, everyone. Okay, cool. Let's get it. So here is our deep dive into the New York Ripper. All right, so the New York Ripper, or in Italian, Lo Squartatore di New York, Squartatore di New York, is a 1982 Italian giallo film directed by Lucio Fulci. So I think for this episode, bud, I think it's really important that we just talk a little bit about Lucio Fulci. Now, I think Lucio Fulci deserves an episode to himself.
He definitely does.
He is great. He's up there for sure with Argento. And have we only done one director episode so far?
Yeah, it was just Romero.
Yeah, just Romero, right? So
yeah.
Romero was close in life with Argento, and Argento got close at the end of Fulci's life with Fulci. So
they hated each other for a while before that.
But right at the end, he was really a really good dude, and he even paid for Fulci's funeral.
They were supposed to be making. They ended Dario and I forgot his name. This is gonna bother me. Effects artist. They were supposed to do the wax mask together, but Fulci, So it was a '97 movie, and they ended up putting it out. But he was supposed to be the director of that.
Yeah, for sure. He had a really great career. So he had
everything from comedies to westerns to horror.
Yeah, he had unfortunately a very troubled personal life. So that's sad. But just like a quick synopsis, I'm pulling this from his Wikipedia page. So Lucio Fulci was born on June 17th, 1927, and he passed away on March the 13th of 1996. He was an Italian film director, screenwriter, and actor. Although he worked in a wide array of genres through his career spanning nearly 5 decades, including comedies and spaghetti westerns, he garnered an international cult following for his giallo and horror films. I feel like anyone listening to the show is going to know this, but his most notable films include the Gates of Hell trilogy, which would be City of the Living Dead, The Beyond, and The House by the Cemetery, as well as the Massacre Time. Oh, no, just Massacre Time.
Yeah, it's a Western.
One on Top of the Other, Beatrice Cenci, A Lizard in a Woman's Skin, which I think you've shown me.
Such a trippy movie, yeah.
Yeah, Don't Torture a Duckling. I think he considered that his best.
That's a creepy giallo.
Yeah, White Fang, 4 of the Apocalypse. Anyway, it just goes on and on.
4 of the Apocalypse is a good Western also.
Yeah, so he directed a lot of films. He unfortunately had some rough personal life issues. His wife in 1969 killed herself. He got married in 1958, but she committed suicide when she received a terminal cancer diagnosis. She actually killed herself by putting her head in an oven, from what I read. So really, really sad. And before that, or right after that, I can't remember. It's actually not documented by his biography or autobiographer. Biographer? Whatever. It's not documented, but it has been mentioned by a couple sources, including Dario Argento, that he had a daughter who was either paralyzed or severely injured in a car wreck as well. Now, he did have another child. I think he had 2 children. One daughter got really hurt, and the other daughter is still working as a director and assistant director in Italian film today. But at the end of his life, he
really suffered badly from diabetes.
He did, and that's how he passed away.
He was supposed to direct Zombie 3.
Yeah,
but he had to stop because of, I think, from what I heard, it was affecting his feet.
Yeah. He was. It was never confirmed, but some people thought that he may have stopped taking his medication at the end of his life, which put him into a hyperglycemic diabetic coma at age 68. And as you said, they weren't close in life, but near the end of his life, Dario Argento had gotten close with Lucio Fulci and did pay for his funeral arrangements. So I read this bit and I thought that this was really cool. In 1996, in January, I guess, so that would have been right before he
was that
died.
When he... Yeah, he went to the Fangoria...
He did. Yeah.
That was his only time in America at like a convention.
Yeah.
He was very sick during it too.
He was. Yeah, he was on crutches and he had a bandaged foot. But he told attendees he had no idea that his films were so popular outside of his native Italy, as hordes of starstruck gore fans braved blizzard conditions that weekend just to meet him. So, kind of sad at the end there, but he found out at the end of his life he didn't go into death not knowing that people loved him across the world. So that was cool to know. His filmography is way too long to even go through it all, including titles that he was the director of, screenwriter, screen story author, producer, actor. So he has quite the list of films. But yeah, so anyway, anything else you want to say about Lucio Fulci before we move in?
I love all of his movies.
Yeah, he's a genius, really, when it came to
and I love that
Italian
he was
cinema.
influenced by Hitchcock, and he wanted to be have a cameo in the movie each time.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, so he did play the chief of police in the New York Ripper. Yeah, so cool. All right, well, let's keep going. So this film is about a police lieutenant who is tracking a sadistic killer who slashes women with a switchblade and straight razors because
And broken glass.
Give away a lot. But in the very beginning, we'll talk about that later. Yes, broken glass, bottles, da-da-da-da-da. There's a lot of violence. The film was shot in late August to October of 1981 in New York, with the interiors being shot in Italy. The script was rewritten by Dardano Sacchetti.
Yeah, you said it right. Congratulations, yes.
Cha-ching.
That was one of his major collaborators with making movies.
Right, yeah. So, but it was rewritten at the last moment before filming had begun because the producer was not happy with the script as it existed in its first iteration. It was released in 1982 in Italy and then later in the United States in 1984, while it was banned in the UK until 2002 as a part of the Nasties.
We gotta do an episode on that.
Yep, for sure. I feel like we're kind of touching on them.
Yeah, there's little pieces each episode.
Yeah, I think we should do a deep dive on just the overall movement that was the Video Nasties. But anyway, all right. So the screenplay here, as I said, was rewritten by Dardano Sacchetti. But the full screenplay was composed by four people, which was Gianfranco Clarici. It's a me, Gianfranco Clarici. No, I can't even do it. Fuck. God damn it. I'm trying with the Super Mario, man. I don't know. Gianfranco Clarici, Lucio Fulci, Vincenzo Manino, and Dardano Sacchetti. So that's the full screenplay by those four guys. The overall story was by Gianfranco Clarici, Lucio Fulci, and Vincenzo Manio.
Risotto Babolini.
Risotto, Babolini, Italian, sausageini. I don't know. Okay, so this film was produced by Fabrizio De Angelis. Do you know, Mikey, about Fabrizio De Angelis?
No, I don't.
Okay, so cool. That's good. We're going to learn something. So Fabrizio De Angelis was born in Rome on November 15th, 1940. He would produce a number of genre films for other directors. He was a director as well, such as those of Joe D'Amato's Emanuele series, Lucio Fulci's horror films, and Enzo Castellari's action films. His production companies, well, I'll tell you. Hold on. His production companies were Fulvia Film, Fulvia Cinematographica.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I had never recognize
International Films.
I remember the Fulvia name. Sorry.
So no, you're fine. Yeah, he often worked under the name Larry Ludman. That was his alias.
American name, yeah.
Yeah, a couple movies I figured you would recognize. He produced The House by the Cemetery, New York Ripper.
All Fulci stuff. Some of the awesome stuff like 99 The Bronx Warriors. Or 1990.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zombie 2. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, figured we would talk about him for a sec. So.
Pangini horror.
It's a me, Fabrizio De Angelis.
Luigi Cosi.
Risotto Babolini. Should I make this title again? What was it that Sammy said?
Fettuccine, linguine, and aquatini.
Aquatini Part 2. I feel like
it's funny when I posted the episode. He kept saying it because I had it on, and then I tried FaceTiming with him. He just didn't want to do it.
Yeah. No, I think we're going to call it linguine, fettuccine, acquatini too. Every time that we do a giallo or an Italian film, I'm going to put that tag on the end. That's what I'll do. We'll keep it. I'll put the title, but I'll leave that tag on the end just for Sammy. Anyway, okay, so this film stars Jack Hedley, Paolo Malco, Almanta Suska, and Alexandra Delicoli, and more. We'll talk about more later. Cinematography was by Luigi Cuvlier, and the music was by Francesco De Masi. Now, Francesco De Masi, I figured we would take a second to talk about because I was impressed by the amount of films that he scored. So he actually scored over 200 films and television series, primarily Italian films and television, with some bigger films thrown in there. But he actually studied composition at the San Pietro Conservatory in Naples. Whatever. He was born in 1930, lived until 2005. But some of his films included, as early as 1962, The Carpet of Horror. We have, let's see here.
Murder Clinic.
Angel
for Satan. That's a really good movie.
The Third Eye.
Ringo, The Mark of the Vengeance. The Ringo series is a good spaghetti western series.
Yeah. Lesbo. He did Nazi Love Camp 27. I recognize that one. New York Ripper, obviously. Oh, Inglourious Bastards. He did.
The original, yeah.
Yep, the original. And
a lot of people don't know that it's sort of a remake.
He did the Lone Wolf McQuade.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that was cool. And then Escape from the Bronx. So anyway, yeah, quite a lot of scores for him. So we have a really great producer here, and we have a really great score by Francesco De Masi.
He also did The Hanging Woman. Oh, that's awesome.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? I love digging into these just for like the extra layers, right? But anyway. Okay, so moving forward, the release date in Italy was March the 4th of 1982. It had a run time of 93 minutes, and I did do some math for you guys because I did math for me. The box office was 1.04 billion lira. Now, I found a website that converts lira based to US dollars or any other currency based on the exact day that you look. So I was able to find out that on March the 4th, 1982, $1 US was worth 1,276 lira and 50 cents of lira or whatever, right? So that would mean that the box office translation in English dollars at the time was $814,727, which is a really good box office considering that in today's dollars, that would be over 2.5 million. So even in Italy, just with the numbers in Italy, because the film wasn't released until 1984 in the U.S., they still did over comparatively $2.5 million for release. So that's pretty good stuff. Okay, cool. Any notes from you, Mikey, before we jump into the plot?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet?
I did have that the guy with the two fingers has been in multiple other giallo films.
Oh, yeah, when we get to him. What is his name?
Howard Ross.
Howard Ross, yeah. Yeah, he's actually he's a good-looking dude, but they really roughed him up.
Or actually, no, his real name is Renato Rossini.
Oh.
His actor name is Howard Ross.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let's go. All right, so the plot. A decomposed human hand is found in New York City. The police identify it as belonging to Anne Lynn, a local model. Lieutenant Fred Williams, or Jack Hedley, is played by Jack Hedley. The burned-out police detective investigating the murder interviews the young woman's nosy landlady, Miss Weisberger.
That lady was so funny.
Right. She was played by Babette New, who unfortunately does not even have a Wikipedia page to check. But she tells him that during her daily spying and eavesdropping on her tenants, she overheard the girl last week on the phone, arranging to meet a man who spoke with a strange duck-like voice. I can't do that. Can you do the duck voice?
I can't do the Donald Duck thing, but I know what he says, though. I dedicate a murder to you.
I dedicate a murder to you. No, I can't do it.
You should just put the recording in here.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. All right. Modern technology. Why don't you check out this sound clip of the Duck Man? All right, cool. That's what he sounds like. So, yep. Then next on a ferry, a young woman who is played by Cinzia De Ponte is eviscerated as she attempts to vandalize a car. Note here, Cinzia De Ponte, like randomly, she played in a lot of movies, in Italian movies, but she won Miss Italy in 1979 and actually came second runner-up to Miss Universe in 1982. So in this scene, you get to see a almost Miss Universe get murdered. She's eviscerated as she attempts to vandalize a car.
That guy says the weirdest shit to her, and he looks like... Remember the text I sent you? He looks like Jason Alexander mixed with Joe Pesci.
Yeah, it's like Jason Alexander and Joe Pesci had a baby.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. So the pathologist who conducts the autopsy is played by Giordano Falzoni, tells Williams that the style of the murder was similar to that of Anne Lynn and a similar case in Harlem the previous month. When Williams tells the press about a potential serial killer on the loose, the chief of police, Lucio Fulci, orders him not to make any further public announcements about the case to avoid starting a citywide panic. Williams hires Dr. Paul Davis, played by Paolo Malco, to advise on the case. A couple things here. So the pathologist who conducts the autopsy, played by Giordano Falzoni, that is sound clipped is used in what?
Give me 1 second. I have to remember the song.
I can't include the music, unfortunately.
No, I know. I just have to figure it out.
But I know you just texted me about it. You're like, oh, yeah. Every time I watch this movie and I hear him say that line, it makes me think of this song because they used the sound clip in the song.
Okay, it's
okay,
from the band Lord Gore, and the song is called Crash Course in Psychopathology.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we could play the song if we were only putting this out on Spotify, but because we're all over, I can't really play music and get away with it, I believe. So anyway, yes. So let's see here. And as you noted, Lucio Fulci does play the police captain in this, or chief of police, and he did try to emulate Alfred Hitchcock by playing roles in his own films. So pretty cool there. And then, so what were you texting me about Paolo Malco?
He kind of looks like Bradley Cooper in this movie.
He does. He looks like he could have been.
And like beard.
He could have been like Bradley Cooper's dad, for sure.
Oh, I have the quote from the coroner if you want me to read it.
Yeah, go for it.
He used the blade. He stuck it up her joy trail, slit her wide open.
Right.
He could have done slightly better job if he had more time. Overall, it was good, efficient butchery.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. And he's like eating something off of a corpse too.
That is.
I told you this is
Dude.
like in his movies,
bro. That is it's a trope, man. It's a trope. Like, let me pick my sandwich up off this corpse's belly. Who has
and
been?
my hands were like, yeah.
And who even in like 1982, who said Joy Trail? Like, come on.
That's what I texted you. I was like creeped out by that.
Bro, get out of here. That's ridiculous. Anyway, okay. Moving on. Although I will say about Dr. Paul Davis, from the very beginning, I thought he was going to be the killer because they're always talking about how smart the killer is. And he even picks up... I
think he's a red herring.
Yeah, he definitely is. They have him picking up a porno mag, but it's a gay porno mag.
Yeah.
In the beginning. So they're really like trying to throw you all kinds of ways, you know. But that was good. So anyway, okay. So continuing, that night in New York's red light district, Jane Lodge, played by Alexandra Deli Coley, attends a live sex show and records the simulated moans and groans of the two performers with a pocket tape recorder for her cuck husband.
This is what Dylan and his wife and our other friends saw when I showed them this movie. This part.
Yeah, at this point, I didn't know where you were going with that. I'm like, why are you talking about me and my wife? Anyway, but yes, this is where our group, when we were watching this movie, we're like, Mike, you're a sick bastard.
I honestly, okay, so I just grabbed a couple movies and I forgot that this was in the opening and how long it went for.
It goes on and on. Well, anyway, so Mickey Scalinda, who is played by Howard Ross, a scruffy, dangerous-looking man with two fingers missing from his right hand.
They call him Mikus also.
Do they?
Or Mikus.
Mikus?
Yeah.
Mikus? Interesting.
I think it's like a abbreviation for his name, like a nickname.
Maybe it's because he's Greek in the film. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, so he's missing two fingers from his right hand. He sits nearby and observes what she is doing, Jane is doing. After the show has ended, the female performer, played by Zora Kurova, who went on to be in just a shit ton of movies herself. She's a Czech actress, dancer, singer, and model, but she went on to work in a lot of Italian films. Horror films as well, and she was in a lot of like not exploitation films. I think.
Yeah, she was in Cannibal Ferox.
Yeah. Anyway, so she is brutally killed by the maniac. He stabs her in the groin with a broken bottle. Later that night, while
I wanted to say for that scene, I love the lighting, especially when it
wasn't it good? Yeah, that was really good.
That was my idea for Brava. That one. Trailer we did.
Yeah, with the lights going like on and off or whatever. Yeah, that lighting is really cool. It was a cool color. And he, pops out of like a closet and whatever. But, later that night, while at the apartment of Kitty, a prostitute that he patronizes, Detective Williams receives a taunting phone call from the duck-voiced killer saying that he has killed again. Okay, so a couple things here, because we kind of jumped pretty far in the plot through all of that. There is have we gotten to the point yet? No, we haven't. I'm going to hold off because we haven't gotten to the pool hall yet. But up to this point, I think, have we met Jane's husband?
This is just before... So that's after the whole thing in the
right, you're right. Okay. Yeah, so
yes.
all of this happens really early on. So yeah, that's why I think when we were watching it, we were all caught off guard so much. But yeah, so we haven't even met her husband yet. We haven't seen her go to the bar. There's some intense stuff coming. So, cut that out, Dylan, but let's move forward. Oh, wait, I can't cut anything out on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing all of our mistakes. Yes.
You'll hear me stuttering a bunch, too. This is going to be awesome.
That's okay. You know what? Maybe if there's a video editor out there who likes the show a lot and decides they want to, donate their time, let's go. But otherwise, I ain't got time to edit the podcast and the video cast. So, okay.
If I knew how, I would.
What?
If I knew how, I would.
Oh, you can learn how. Look it up on Google once you get your camera fixed. All right. So, moving forward. Next, a young woman named Faye, who is played by Alamanta Suska. She does not have a Wikipedia or any page that I could find, but she is attacked by a handsome, razor blade wielding killer, but survives. She's comforted in the hospital by her handsome boyfriend, Peter, played by...
Can I just say, since we're talking about him now,
Peter?
He looks like Topher Grace, at least then.
He does, so...
but not now. I'm looking at a picture of him on Wikipedia. He does not now.
Yeah, so he did at the time. So Andrea Occhipinti, I think, Occhipinti? It's me, Andrea Occhipinti. He was born in 1957. He's an Italian film producer now and distributor. He's actually the founder of the Rome-based film company Lucky Red. Since 1987, he has distributed and produced international independent films, introducing Italian audiences to directors from all over the world, such as Paolo Sorrentino, Alejandro Amenbar, and Lars von Trier. I guess he brought Lars von Trier's movies to Italy.
Yeah.
I guess he's distributed theatrically over 500 titles and produced over 50 films. So he's been very active in Italian cinema. And then it looks like from 2013 to 2018, he served as the president of the Italian Film Distributor Association, and stepped down in 2018 after a controversy around the distribution of a film called On My Skin. Don't know what that's about, but anyway, he stayed very active in film. Okay, so
Topher
moving...
Grace-looking motherfucker.
Topher Grace-looking bitch. Moving forward. Sorry. I'm sure he's very nice, even though he looks like Topher Grace. And I'm sure Topher Grace is very nice. I like that 70s show. Whatever. All right. So, Faye tells...
the other guy from that show.
Oh, the Predator?
Yeah. When you said you said at the end of it. I was joking.
What's his name, though?
Oh, fuck. What is it?
It's
Danny Masters or something.
Danny Masterson. He plays Hyde. Yeah, he is. I think he just got convicted, and I think he's facing like up to like 40 years or something. So anyway,
rotten hell.
Y'all don't be out there doing dumb shit and being a creep, or you're gonna go to jail.
And then rotten hell.
That's it. Well, I don't know about
pee
hell.
on your grave.
Mikey will pee on your grave. He will.
Dylan will.
I will too.
Just Dylan.
No, I take shits, but that's okay.
He shits on people's graves.
I shit on your grave. It's like I spit on your grave, but way worse. Anyway, moving forward. So Faye tells Detective Williams that she suspects her attacker was a scruffy, dangerous-looking man missing 2 fingers from his right hand. Meanwhile, what?
What?
Did you say something?
Scabby man crawled in.
No, he didn't. Did he really?
Hi. He's waving at you. You want to see the camera? Say hi.
Hi. Whoa, what are you doing to Mikey? Why is your finger in his ear? Mike? Oh, hi, Scabby. It's good to talk to you again. Holy fuck. Okay, well, so for those of you who are new or maybe aren't aware, Scabby Man is a sleep paralysis demon who sometimes frequents our establishment. He was, brought around by Jimmy from the Dab of Death podcast, and he really likes fucking with Mikey. So sometimes he shows up, he possesses Mikey for a second, talks, says some stuff, disappears, makes Mikey take shits on the floor.
That's never happened.
I don't know.
That was Art the Clown.
Oh, right. Art shit all over everything. Right. I confuse everybody, but that's okay. I just make Mikey clean it up and then we're good to go. So anyway, continuing. Mikey, clean up the shit on the floor. Continuing. No, you don't get a raise. Clean up the shit. Faye tells Williams that she suspects. Oh wait, I already read that. God damn it. So, meanwhile, Horny Cuctress Jane, continues to prowl New York for sexual experiences. She finds her way into a pool hall. In this pool hall, she decides to wear nothing but a coat with a very seductive set of lingerie underneath. She's sitting at a table watching 2 handsome Latin men play pool. God damn it, Mikey.
This is a Coke.
Oh, what were you drinking before?
Liquid Death.
Oh, Liquid Death water?
Yeah, it's a seltzer. It's Convicted Melon, that one was called.
Nice. Okay. And
their
then
catchphrase is murder your thirst.
Nice. Yeah. And this one is, you're drinking Coke?
A Diet Coke.
A Diet Coke. Okay. You know what I had before the show? A Diet Dr. Pepper. Yep, as usual. Okay.
This whole YouTube video is going to be just weird as fuck.
It is. They always. I mean, I'm not cutting it. So it is. This is my life. This is who I am. This is who Mikey is. So get over it. Okay. So, after being molested in a pool hall, so you guys are there checking her out. She just doesn't happen to stop anything from happening, and she proceeds to get fucked by a toe.
I need to mute my mic for a second because I don't want to laugh.
She gets towed by one of these nice gentlemen at the bar, who uses.
Do you want me to read the quote I have?
Yes, please. Oh my
okay,
God.
hold on, let me bring it. It's Morales has silver toes, baby.
Bro, that scene, everyone in the room when we were all watching this together was like, it was wild. Like, what is happening? Anyway, so at the very end of his silver toe experience, Morales throws the table and exposes poor Jane to everyone in the bar, and she runs out, jumps in her Porsche.
They had a bet too. They had a disgusting bet if she was wearing underwear or not.
Right. That's true. Yeah. So they needed to make sure that they could see she was wearing underwear. But she runs out, jumps in her Porsche, and takes off.
Hold on. Oh no.
What? I can hear you.
Okay.
What?
Sorry. Discord started like updating and it almost killed my mic.
Oh, yeah. Stop that from happening. No, thanks. Okay, so let's move forward. After being molested in a pool hall, Jane picks up Scalenda, played by Howard Ross. They go to a sleazy hotel room and engage in a BDSM session. As he has a post-coital nap, Jane overhears a radio DJ describing the killer, who the press has now dubbed the New York Ripper. They describe him as missing 2 fingers from his right hand. Jane can see this man's right hand is missing 2 fingers, and she, unfortunately, is tied very tightly to the bed. So she works very hard to slip away from the her bondage and gets out of the room. She runs the wrong way down a hall, runs back, the door opens, she sees the guy still sleeping. Thank goodness. She takes off. But unfortunately, what?
No, I was just gonna say there's it's weird. 2 years before New York Ripper came out, Dressed to Kill came out, Brian De Palma's movie, and it has that same kind of thing where like the guy has something wrong, and like the woman hears on the radio, and she's running out of the hotel room, and then she gets killed in the elevator.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Well, I did not know that.
And also, I think Brian De Palma copied that from Bird with the Crystal Plumage, where a woman gets murdered in the elevator.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're vaguely similar. The one near New York Ripper and Dressed to Kill.
Huh. Okay. Well, you heard it here. Good to know. Mikey, connecting dots left and right. So yes, Jane is killed by the New York Ripper there in that in the hallway of that apartment building or wherever she is, hotel. So sad for Jane. I feel like there was a note there that I wanted to say, but I can't remember it. I didn't write it down. Fuck. What was I going to say, Mikey?
I don't know.
Big old titties. All right. Moving on.
This is getting cut from the YouTube also.
That one is, yeah, for sure.
Check your chat, by the way.
Oh, what'd you say? Let's see. Italian movie, Italian lifestyle, Italian cream sauce style. What is that even? It's a me, Italian movie, Italian lifestyle, Italian cream sauce style. Waluigi.
This seems to be at the end of the episode in the credits.
Yes, I will put that in. All right, good. Jesus. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, if you go listen to the podcast on Spotify or, Apple or wherever you listen to podcasts, sometimes we have after credits. So we roll credits at the end. You hear like a little song play. And then if you wait, sometimes you'll hear some goodies. So maybe that'll be in the after credits. Who knows? All right. Continuing, because I can't remember what I was going to say about that. But anyway, Detective Williams then identifies Scalinda as the eight-fingered man, a Greek immigrant with a history of sexual assault and drug abuse. Although Dr. Davis doubts that Scalinda is as intelligent as needed to be the serial killer, his concerns seem obviated when Scalinda... What?
I was going to make a joke and I really just stopped before I did it.
Oh, okay. His concerns seem to be validated when Scalinda attempts to kill Faye in her home before being chased off by her boyfriend. A week later... He
doesn't get chased off. He falls down the stairs.
Yeah, right? That's very generous.
He got body checked down the stairs.
The boyfriend got body checked, falls down the stairs, and nearly gets knocked out. So he doesn't actually chase anybody. He more like, just almost dies. So a week later, Detective Williams receives a call from the Ripper who wants to dedicate... I want to dedicate a murder
This needs to be put into the on Spotify.
Yeah, I think we can definitely put this in. So here's the...
This is like my favorite scene in the movie. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, here's a little cut of this scene. Dedicate a murder to you. I can't do the voice. I wish I could. After being delayed by a false lead, Williams realizes the Ripper's target is Kitty, but he arrives too late to prevent her gruesome murder. That scene, bro, when he's cutting her with the razor blade, that's pretty intense stuff. When he cuts right through her nipple, that makes me want to vomit.
And the eye, even though it looks like a doll's eye.
Oh, my God. They did a pretty good job for, 1980 production. That was pretty good.
It's great.
Yeah, great stuff.
When I first saw it, it looked real to me.
Oh, yeah. It still does. It holds up. So that was pretty sad, though. He cut her all up. So... what were you going to say?
I was trying to find the quote from the killer.
Okay. The one that I just played?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't find it. Okay, never mind.
You're fine. No worries. All right. So, moving on. Scalinda, the eight-fingered man, his body is found a few days later. He has committed suicide by putting a bag over his head. Which is a little weird. Murdered. I thought he was murdered too, but they say that he's committed suicide. The pathologist tells Williams he was dead several days before Kitty's murder.
8 days ago.
8 days and 8
I remember because he starts arguing with him over it.
Right.
He's like, "You've worked with me for how long?"
I remember what I was going to say before. Scalinda called someone from his hotel room or whatever.
Some fucked up shit.
And you can't quite really hear what he's saying.
I had the captions on. It was along the lines of he was trying to get somebody else to fuck her while she was knocked out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he's like, she's crazy. She's like a circus freak, this and that.
Interesting. So I thought they were making it out to seem like Scalinda was calling the killer to have him come and kill.
Yeah, that's what it was trying to be, like a kind of thing like that.
Right. So even whatever his name is, the guy played by Paolo Malco. What was that?
What? Did
you play something?
No.
Oh, I thought some sound was playing from your computer. I heard some weird sound in the background. Anyway, so yeah, moving on. So the pathologist tells Williams that Scalinda was dead several days before Kitty's murder, right? Like Mikey said, it was 8 days. He said, well, "Have I ever led you wrong?" or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That proves that he couldn't be the Ripper. Dr. Davis completes a profile of the killer, an intelligent young man who hates young, sexually active women, and followed Scalinda to identify his victims. Realizing that this describes Peter, the boyfriend, Williams and Davis begin to follow him and Faye. At this point, I was torn, first time watching it, between Faye and Peter. Because they're kind of, the doctor gives like a description. He says, if it's a woman, she'd act like this. If it's a man, he'd act like this. So they were kind of still trying to do this like back and forth. Which one is it? Is it her or him?
I liked how they had the dream sequence in the beginning.
Right?
Well, not dream sequence, but like they played it off like it was a dream sequence that he was attacking her.
Right, exactly, yeah. But it kind of turns out that it was real. Dude, when he shoots his hands up in between the chair, like in between her legs, to like try to stab her in that scene, that was pretty creepy. That was a cool shot though, the way they filmed that.
Talk about cool shots.
Yeah.
The way he gets shot in the face.
Oh, right. So they discover that Peter has Susie, who's his daughter, a terminally ill daughter from a previous relationship. Believing them to be the killers, or believing him to be the killer, Williams goes to the house to arrest him. There, he discovers Peter attempting to kill Faye, and Detective Williams shoots him with a grenade launcher. Oh my God, dude! When that's when they shoot him, his head literally like explodes. That was pretty cool.
It was awesome. I like that like weird doll effect they have to like effects there. And
like they cut real quick and you can tell. It's almost like Frankenhooker, like when they would explode, you know? So it cuts from like a real person to a doll, then the doll explodes or whatever. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, we find out it's Peter. This is the saddest sentence though. Okay. Well, the next sentence, but Davis explains to Faye that Peter resented her and other women for enjoying a life that his daughter never could. Susie attempts to call Peter on the phone from her hospital room, but receives no reply.
That was so sad.
Bro, my heart was like broken because they explained shortly before she's terminal. She's not going to make it.
Yeah.
She's going to die soon. After her arm was amputated, her father stopped coming to see her. So now not only is she going to die, guaranteed, she's going to die alone. Like, how sad. That was the most fucked up way to end that movie. Goodness. Anyway. All right. So that takes us to the end of the plot. What do you have to say, Mikey?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a crazy movie. The kills are like ridiculous.
Yep, for sure.
The way, even when he attacks Faye, the way he's like cutting her with like that weird kitchen knife.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah.
And even, like,
it was like the broken tip kitchen knife, right?
Well, no, he broke it because he was chasing her and he stabbed the wall.
Right.
That's how she knew it wasn't a dream that
right, that it had actually happened.
Yeah. Peter was trying to kill her. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had hit the wall with that knife and broken the tip off, and she remembered that part of her, dream or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I was kind of like taken aback that Peter could have a daughter that old though, because he looks like he's only like, I thought he was a college student, looking at him like the actor's age, but anyway, whatever. All right, so a couple other cast notes that we haven't mentioned thus far. So let's see here. No, we talked about all of those. So Cosimo Ceneri played Dr. Lodge, but he was credited as Lawrence Wells. And the coroner was played by, we already said that, but Giordano Falzoni.
Dr. Calzone.
Yep, Dr. Calzone. Baloney Calzone. Josh Cruz played Chico, and Antone Pagan played Morales, but he was credited as Anton Kagan. Interesting. So that's that. All right. So production notes. A few notes on this. As I stated earlier, producer Fabrizio De Angelis was not content with the script provided by Gianfranco Clarici and Vincenzo Manio, and he had, in turn, Dardano Sacchetti rewrite the script. And then, just like so you know, a lot of these notes are from a couple books. One is Italian giallo in film and television by Roberto Curti from 2022. And then also we have a lot of notes from Splintered Visions, Lucio Fulci and his films by Troy Haworth from 2015.
He's a really nice guy. I've spoken to him before.
Have you? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's friends with me on Facebook. He always wishes me happy birthday.
Oh, that's nice. Wow, cool.
Yeah, just like one film nerd to another.
Right. How about that? Well, anyway.
He's written many books on giallo. That's how I found him originally.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that these notes that's where they're coming from, these two books primarily. So
good sources. Yeah,
for sure. So moving on then. So according to Sacchetti, DeAngelis claimed the film to be modeled after The Hunger, which came out in 1983. So that was impossible because the film came
vampire
out.
Movie?
Yeah.
With David Bowie?
Hunger, with David Bowie and Susan Sarandon. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
How is it modeled after? What?
I don't know. So the notes here do state, and this is, from the book I mentioned, but it's impossible as the film came out after Fulci's film was completed. Sacchetti stated that the film had initially involved a murderer suffering from progeria.
So like Benjamin Button movie, but like there's a killer.
Kind of, yeah. So, yeah, it would
be a child too, because they don't really.
Right, they don't really grow. People with progeria usually have like really pronounced like skulls and smaller attributes.
And really low life expectancy too.
Right. So, but anyway, so it was supposed to be a meditation on old age and human decadence. Fulci didn't understand it, was the quote. And that Sacchetti
agree with Fulci, honestly.
Right. It would have been a very weird way. Like, I don't know physically how you would make that all happen. But Sacchetti had to redo the script in 5 days, not working on the structure or plot, but on the situations, that is the death scenes and the giallo mechanisms. So Sacchetti added that much of the film's sexual content did come from Fulci himself, claiming that Fulci nurtures a profound sadism towards women. And as I stated, that was from Troy Haworth. Prior to the release of the film, Fulci discussed the production, describing it as much less horror than my previous films, no zombies, but a human killer working in the dark. Fulci. Oh my God.
No, that's the name of the episode. Fulcio,
dude, it's way too many Italian names. So Fulci described the film.
He did the fusion dance with Dario Argento.
Right, Fulcio. It's they just went like, click.
Somebody needs to do like fan art of just them doing.
If there's an artist in our group of listeners and you want to make Fulcio, go for it, please. I'll put it on a T-shirt and I'll wear it on the show. All right, moving on. So Fulci described the film as a tribute to Alfred Hitchcock, billing it as Hitchcock Revisited, a fantastic film with a plot, violence, and sexuality. I don't know if Hitchcock would have made quite this film, but maybe.
He's made something sort of like it.
Yeah?
His last film, Frenzy.
Okay. Maybe
he actually has a cameo in that one too. Well, he has most of them, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That one involved a killer that used a tie.
Ah. Okay. All right. Nice. All right. So the New York Ripper, as I stated before, was shot in 8 weeks, but it was shot from August to October of 1981 under the working title of Lo Squartatore. I guess. It was shot on location in New York with interiors filmed in Rome, as I said. Among the cast, we talked about was Jack Hedley, but he was actually cast after filming had already commenced. Zora Kurova, who played Eva in the film, spoke positively about working with Fulci and stated that it took a while for Fulci to warm up to her. But when she was asked what she thought of the film, she stated that she didn't like the New York Ripper at all. So that's kind of sad. And Zora Kurova, as I stated, played the sex show performer. Okay, so release. We talked about in Italy. It really made a good theatrical run, and it grossed quite a bit, over $1 billion Italian lira. So good on that. It's definitely a commercial success, both in Italy and abroad. In the United Kingdom, the film was screened for the BBFC, with Carol Topolsky describing the film as, quote, simply the most damaging film I have ever seen in my whole life. Oh, the Brits. And a relentless catalog of a pony as anti-hero and villain cutting women up. I can't do Brits very well. Sorry, guys. The film was banned in the UK, where it could not be sold or owned until 2002. Isn't that wild?
It was really wild, yeah.
Huh.
I think Texas Chainsaw was like that too for a while.
Yeah, I believe it. When we were talking about Cannibal Holocaust and Faces of Death, and like how long it took for them to be released all over, it's just crazy. It's crazy stuff. But anyway. Okay, so the film did receive a limited theatrical release in the U.S. in 1984, and then it was released on VHS in 87, where it was slightly edited by Vidmark Entertainment. It has also been released in 1999 by Anchor Bay on DVD.
Yep.
And later by Blue Underground on Blu-ray and
Bill
DVD in
Lustig,
2016.
When Bill Lustig worked at Anchor Bay, he put it out there, and then he put it out again when he got the rights when he started Blue Underground.
Nice. Yeah, so it looks like, Blu-ray and DVD in 2016, then it got a 4K scan Blu-ray release in 2019, and then
I need
finally...
to get that one. I still have the other one.
Do you have the special edition 4K August
No,
2020?
I have the older one.
Okay.
I posted on I posted on our page, or Twitter.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. All right. So we're moving into Mikey's very favorite and our last section, critical reception.
La 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 la.
So I'm going to play the song from Deep Red right now, the kids' song. La, 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 la. Oh, my God.
Ooh, if you don't like that one, dude, I have another one for you.
What's that?
Another giallo we should cover. The Red Queen kills 7 times. It has that same kind of like start the song like
La la la.
and it just keeps going like that.
Jeez Louise. Okay, that's awful.
And now everyone knows that Mike can do a falsetto.
Mike can do a falsetto, and wait till you see his face on YouTube. He is
it's even more haunting.
He's such a cutie patootie. All right, moving on. So, have you ever been described as a cutie patootie before?
Probably when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Well, now you have as an adult, too. Congratulations. All right. So, from reviews in the 1980s, we have critic Alan Jones, who stated in a 1983 issue of Starburst that the film was a psychotic, erotic masterpiece and the strongest and most powerful of all of Fulci's films to date, concluding that the film clinches his position as one of the most influential directors of the past decade. Jones continued that the film captured the sleaziness of New York to perfection, Fulci's sense of ironic humor declaring only the faults that were the passage of time within the sections of the film is unclear, and that the motive for the murders was a trifle thin. I guess I could maybe see that a little. In an overview of Fulci's career in 1989, Chas Bowlin wrote in Gore Zone.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I have his Gore Score book, and that's how I found horror movies when I was a kid. I found it in a comic book shop. It's a really small, like really old book. It has like his reviews of different horror movies. He's one critic I do like.
Okay. Well, we'll see what you feel about this then. So, he stated in Gore Zone that the New York Ripper was justifiably overlooked, stating that one can almost summarily dismiss the clunky plotting, regressive worldview, mean-spirited misogyny, and sleazy sexual sadism, but no one can let Fulci off the hook for featuring a psychopathic killer who quacks like a duck.
Yeah, I agree. The misogyny and like all the other stuff was really like bad in this one, I guess.
Yeah.
But the killer.
Dude. My goodness. Okay. I have one more kind of scathing review, and then you know what? We're going to give our own review. So, Robert Fershing of AllMovie claimed that the film was Fulci pandering to the lowest common denominator as never before in his career. He added that Fulci showed with his blatant play for the sicko slasher crowd that the days of well-plotted, stylish Italian horror were gone, replaced with the most vicious sort of sexual violence and perversion, concluding that the film was a shameful piece of work. Well, Robert,
I wouldn't say that.
Robert Fershing, I think you're an ass. What would Mikey Mutant X's review be of this?
Hold on. I just want to see one thing, and then I'm going to say what I want to say.
Okay.
All right, so a few years before that, there was another giallo called The Sister of Ursula, where the killer's weapon is a wooden dildo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
And I think there's other, like, there's also giallo in Venice, which is even more sleazy and messed up than this one. So I don't know why he would say that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
No, but I like it a lot. I mean, like, it's very fucked up.
Yeah.
It's his most deranged giallo, I think. Like, Lizard in a Woman's Skin is very trippy and weird. The Psychic is a really straightforward giallo. It's not, like, over the top like his other movies, but this one, it's a weird gore fest.
Yeah. I think...
And I think the sex scenes, like, go on for way too long.
They do. Yeah, it's definitely exploitive in nature. You know, and golden or silver toes or whatever, like, that's just too far, man. It's too far.
Yeah, I don't know why that was. That's.
But I do think that a lot of the shots are great as far as like cinematography goes. Like, I'm a big fan of like the shots of when the ferry was taking off from, you know, port or whatever. Those are really cool. Shots of New York in general, shots of like, you know,
old New York.
Yeah, old New York, 80s, like, you know, red light or like
42nd Street.
42nd Street, right? Yeah, so those were all really good, and I appreciate that a lot about the film. I think
that's what I liked about Frank Henloder's movies too.
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's a lot to be appreciated in Fulci's work, right? So, I took a little paragraph here from Lucio Fulci's Wikipedia page, and it mentions Quentin Tarantino. So, Fulci's films, quote, Fulci's films had remained generally ignored or dismissed for many years by the mainstream critics, who regarded his work as exploitation. However, genre fans have appreciated his films as being stylish exercises in extreme gore. At least one of his films, The Beyond, has amassed a large and dedicated following.
That's such an amazing movie.
In 1998, The Beyond was re-released to theaters by Quentin Tarantino personally, who had often cited the film and Fulci himself as a major source of inspiration. So, while critics may hate on this movie and may, you know, give it a hard time for the voice of the killer, which was ridiculous, or the overly extended erotica, which was ridiculous, or, you know, the intensive gore, which was great, you know, for the time, and ridiculous.
A lot of stomach slashings.
Yeah, a lot of stomach slashings, a lot of nipple cuttings. You know what I mean? Like, that's just that's a lot. But I mean, and he even, like, you know, cut a woman's genitalia with a bottle. Like, there's a lot going on there. But I don't think I'd still give it 5 out of 5 tapes, man, because I don't think that, it diminishes his work for me whatsoever. I think it's just, it is him, you know? So I like
about. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I had a fact about Fulci, but it's one of his different films, but it's pretty awesome.
Okay, yeah.
So he said in the past he made Cat in the Brain, so apparently Wes Craven could make New Nightmare.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because it's almost the same kind of movie.
Right. Okay.
I think, have I showed you Cat in the Brain?
I can't remember.
It's the one where Fulci's the star, and it's like it shows clips from other movies, and like he ends up there's like a killing with a chainsaw.
No, I don't think so. But I'll add it to
He's
my
wearing
list.
like an Elmer Fudd costume.
No.
No.
That's awesome. All right. Well, anyway, that takes us out of our timeline and our deep dive of Lucio Fulci's New York Ripper. So I think what we should do is we should go ahead and get your other movies lined up for you. You guys go ahead and grab your popcorn, your candy, your sodas. Mikey, what are we sending our customers home with besides the New York Ripper this week?
So I guess maybe it is a fitting, well, not for the children's movie, obviously, but the two movies I watched this week because it kind of goes with the giallo film theme.
Sure.
Unless you want to add one too.
Yeah, I will. I'll add in Bloody Birthday too.
Okay, yeah, I think that'd be good because it's like a body count movie, kind of like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, this one's not so much. This is more of a mystery. A Quiet Place to Kill by Umberto Lenzi from 1970. This one is the one where it's a troubled race car driver plots to kill her. Wait, what? They really ruined the bio on IMDb. A troubled race car driver plots to kill his ex-husband at the behest of his new wife.
Okay.
Starring Carol Baker and Gene Sorrell.
Okay.
And then the other one I watched was Sergio Pastore's Crimes of the Black Cat from 1972. And that one is the one with the blind pianist who's trying to figure out who's responsible for a string of murders with the claw dipped in that poison.
Right. That does sound very interesting.
It is. It's really trippy.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so the only thing, well, what we have so far, you're going home with the New York Ripper from 1982 for sure by Lucio Fulci. You're going home with A Quiet Place to Kill from 1970, Crimes of the Black Cat from 1972, Bloody Birthday from 1981, and what are we sending them home with for kids? I don't have a kids film lined up this week.
Let me see.
Family features.
I'm gonna go with another cartoon from Disney, like early Disney.
Okay, what you got?
Well, not early, but you know what I mean. Let's see.
You know what? I mean, you're picking this one. I'm just gonna, while you're thinking, talk about this title that I remembered. So when I was like 10, 11, 12, something like that, in the summer, my mom would take us to the theater like early in the morning because the like local movie theater would have really like cheap or free early movies for kids.
I miss that stuff.
Yeah, but we went and saw Where the Red Fern Grows. Bro, that's a movie about like two dogs, and it is unbelievably depressing. Coming of age story and dogs. Anyway.
All right, so I picked Oliver and Company.
Ooh, okay, Oliver.
From 1988.
Company.
It is when a homeless kitten comes across a streetwise dog with a gift for a song and stealing hot dogs. Little Oliver finds himself a member of an exclusive gang.
Okay. Nice. All right, so that
and it's
rounds
based
us
on
out.
The Oliver Twist story.
Okay, very cool. All right, so friends, that is going to round out your rentals for the week. We have New York Ripper, A Quiet Place to Kill, Crimes of the Black Cat, Bloody Birthday, and Oliver and Company from 1988. You got your popcorn, you got your candy, you got some sody pops? Get your sody pops. We're over here now. We're about to open up Arts Cafe. So, you'll be able to get actual food in here, too,
Your
eventually.
shit lattes will be there, too.
Yeah, you'll be able to get shit lattes. I think he's going to carry the Grimace shake or something. I don't know. Anyway, but step on up. Let's get you out of here.
I drank one before the show and I exploded at the beginning, if you guys didn't hear that.
Cha-ching! So, that's it, guys. Mikey exploded. He's got a giant hole in his gut. He probably needs to go to the hospital.
But I do want to announce the next episode.
Oh, yeah. Mikey does have to announce that. That's our final section.
As I'm, being, disemboweled slowly. It's just
right. There's a lot of purple goo everywhere.
It kind of looks like SpaghettiOs dipped in, a purple goo.
Okay, all right.
And there's also, a Monster Energy drink can on the floor now that fell out.
Oh, okay. All right. What do we have for next week?
We're doing our break room episode.
Nice. All right. It's about fucking time we took a break. Holy shit.
How many episodes are we on now? That we did since the last one?
This episode is episode 13. The last one was 12. So
No, I mean, the last time we did one of these.
Oh, the last time we did. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see.
Dylan is looking it up.
I'm looking it up. So our last break we took was actually episode 4, bro. It's been a long time. But hey, you know what I will say real quick? Right now for Deep Red, we're actually up to 15 listens, so thanks guys for checking that out.
That's crazy.
I actually haven't even listened to it yet. So
I always give it a listen when I first put it out.
Yeah, I listen to it when I'm editing it, but I haven't listened to it on air yet. And then we are actually at 195 all-time plays, so almost 200
Thank you guys.
people, or at least people, have listened to our episodes 200 times. So yeah, thank you guys so much for doing that.
What was our best episodes?
So our best episodes, I guess that's good for you guys to know if you haven't listened to them all. So our most popular episodes are going to be, number 1 is our episode 5, which is our double feature of Cannibal Holocaust.
That was 5?
And yes,
I feel like we did that
Faces.
2 weeks ago.
I know, it was episode 5. That's been a while back. It's been a couple months ago now.
Jesus.
I know.
We're podcasters.
it's actually tied with episode 3, which was our deep dive into George A. Romero.
Even that, I forgot that was how long
yeah.
ago.
And honestly,
10
those
2
episodes outrank every other episode by at least 10 listens. So
that was our first long episode. We had to do 2 days in a row.
I know. And what's super shocking I guess it hasn't been that long ago that we put it out, but episode 11, the Terrifier franchise, is only got 9 listens. So if you guys haven't listened to the Terrifier episode, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. So
I know it's a long one, but I think you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a long one because it's about 3 movies, So I get it. And technically, one of those movies is about 3 movies. So
yeah, it's true.
It's like Inception of horror. But anyway, yeah. So Mikey put one more note in the chat for me to read before you guys take off. Let's see here. It's Italian babadabadabadabadabajibidapia. It's a me. Risotto Babalini with the Italian babadabidijibidahibidadu Lucio Fulci, Cinzia De Panti, Amala Scuska, Andrea Chapintia, and Howard Ross.
I think my buddy.
Let's go. All right, you guys have a great week. It was good to see you. Peace.